Greetings everyone, Brad here with Mild Mannered EDC, and today we're going to talk about this little companion. That's right, this is the Kizer Mini Begleiter, or Begleiter. Great little knife. I know the Begleiter, its big brother, has been around for a long time. And this particular knife, I believe, is a Blade HQ exclusive knife. I'm not 100% sure on that. Let me know down in the comments. But I believe that it is. They had a round of these come and go, and then around Christmas they had another batch for like $39 or something like that. And so I made sure and picked this one up. I was always kind of a fan of the Begleiter, and I'm happy that I actually like this guy a little bit more. Just its size fits in a little more with my type of carry and my kind of needs. So that's kind of the backstory on this particular knife. Let's get into the specs. It has a blade length of 2.875 inches, a cutting edge length of 2.625 inches, a blade thickness of 0.11, right in Brad's wheelhouse there. I like that thickness a lot. Handle of 3.75 inches, 3.75 inches on that handle with 0.43 inch width. So very compact, pretty easy to carry little knife. It's got an overall tip to tail here of 6.625 and a feathery weight of 2.37 ounces. So yeah, like I said, very compact, easy to carry, fun to carry around. I think I've said in other videos, I'm kind of loving the thumb studs on knives lately, so not that I don't love a good flipper, but yeah, thumb stud's kind of talking to me these days. So there you go. I think I mentioned this is a Kizer made knife, and let's go ahead and get into the blade, the carry, the action, and the handle and scales. So blade, let's talk blade. We have a 154 cm. See if I can get you there. There it is. Drop point flat ground blade. And this particular drop point has this nice subtle little ski jump thing that comes down there. And I think that's actually really cool. It's very subtle. I think it was Birdshot IV that I saw first mention that. I don't think I actually noticed it right out of the gate. They noticed it and were talking about it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I got to go look at that. And so it is. And those two are hilarious. So if you're not watching them, which I can't imagine you aren't, but if you aren't, you better get over there and get subscribed to that channel. So yeah, cool little knife, fun blade profile, good steel. I actually really like 154 cm. I think it's something, frankly, I would prefer to see more than D2 in the budget or more budgety kind of price range for knives. But it's also on some pretty high-end knives too, and a lot of customs as well. So anyway, it's just a good, solid, all-around steel. So action. Well, there you go. I mean, it's a thumb stud. It's super dialed in just right for that. Flicks open every time. You know, hard to miss it kind of a thing. Is it drop shutty? As you can see, if you really spend some time with it, then yeah, it'll drop shut. But that's not really what this is designed for. It's really kind of one of those close with your finger kind of knives. But the action is fun. The flipper action is fun. Opens every time. You've got a good, 30-40% lock up there with your liner lock. Just, yeah, exactly kind of what you'd expect from a knife like this. It is running on washers, so I don't know if you can see in there yet. It looks like two, and I've opened these up before. I think they might be Kizer's sort of weird little two thin washers with that little hyper thin piece of Teflon in between. I'm sort of believing that's what this is. I had a mini Doman that had that kind of construction, as well as a regular sized Doman. So yeah, I think that's what that is. I mean, to be honest with you, these knives like this size and for this kind of action, I don't really bother to take apart just because I don't do enough with them to make them that dirty, and they're not action showpieces anyways. So that's just but that's just me. People like tearing their knives apart all the time, and I do that with some, but I just don't tend to do them with these type of knives. So anyway, so there you got this blade. They did a really nice job with the grind. It comes down really to a nice edge. Really did well with the sharpening choil. No beard or ski jump or smile or any of those terms. Just a nice, well done blade in a good steel, and yeah, gets the job done. So let's talk. We talked action. We talked blade. Let's talk scales handles here. We got a G10 that's relatively muted, not too. It's grippy, but it's not overly. It's pretty smooth as G10 goes. It's kind of traditional G10. You can kind of see the patterning in there. I like this blue color. It's sort of a jeans blue color. Although they've got this blue pivot collar on there, which I like. That it doesn't. It's not the same color blue. It's a different color blue. I don't know. I kind of go back and forth on that. I'm like, well, maybe they could have done a different blue color. I don't know. Or just a different color altogether mixed in with there. I don't know. Like a gold maybe or something. I don't know. Just me. Or an orange. So no, I mean, and I think it comes in a few other colors as the Begleiter did. The one thing I did like, and I'm sorry I didn't mention this when I was talking about the blade. The one thing I like about about the mini Begleiters is they do not have painted blades. They are not coated, which I never was a huge fan of on its bigger brother. So although there were some that they stopped doing that. I think there were enough people that complained about it, and I think it made the action a little grittier. But they don't do these on the mini. They don't do that on these minis. So there you go. So we were talking handle before I got off on that little tangent. You've got liners that are a little proud of the G10, but not terrible. They are not, I don't believe, milled out. I think when I took a peek at them, yeah, they're not milled out at all, but that's okay. I think it's already a pretty light knife, so maybe they could have shaved off a few ounces, but probably not, or a few ounces. It only weighs a few ounces. Little tenths of an ounce here and there, but I don't know that you'd be able to even notice that. So you have back spacers, kind of traditional back spacers. You've got a pocket clip that's decent, works just fine for me. Like I said, I tend to just throw this in a pocket. It's not something I necessarily clip in. I tend to, like I said, this is a jacket carry for me more than anything else. And it's not a really deep carry pocket clip anyways. I don't know why. I feel like they could have. I don't know why they didn't. It just feels like that was the way. Maybe this is the clip they had kind of hanging around and they wanted to use it, or I don't know. But yeah, there's sort of this weird overlap of the lanyard hole, which just really isn't necessary. I mean, they could have found another way to deal with the lanyard somewhere in there, or just not put a lanyard on there. I don't know. So I'm not super stoked with that. I mean, you can kind of, I don't know. It just is kind of weird to me. But yeah, that's sort of where that sits. From an ergo standpoint, it's a 3.5 finger for me. Pretty nice. Like it's comfy. A little bit of hot spot right here off of the clip. Other than that, I think, you don't have to really worry about balance in a little knife like this. I mean, it's totally just, a good little companion, just like its namesake. So yeah, I mean, this is something that I think is worth checking out if you're interested in this, if it is just that Blade HQ exclusive sort of run, you just have to keep your eye on them. I know that's kind of annoying, but I'm guessing with a company like Kizer, they'll probably just continue to make batches of them until people stop buying them. So yeah, so we talked blade, we talked carry, we talked ergos, handle, clip, the works. This is a fun little knife. This is a knife I like, I enjoy. Like I said, it's something I throw in my pockets every once in a while. It's one, if you like Kizers, if you like this style of knife, if you're into thumb studs, that, like I said, the Domen is really similar to the Begleiter and has a mini that is equally similar. So yeah, I mean, if this is a knife you're interested, you like this style, you're looking for something to just kind of throw in your pocket and carry around. I mean, you certainly can clip it in wherever. I don't mean to say that's the only way you can carry it, but yeah, then check it out. It's a cool little knife. I like it. It's one that I'm happy to keep around, and yeah, there you go. That's my review of this little interesting Kizer that I like, part of their Vanguard series, which is their, usually other materials than S35 VN and titanium, which the vast majority of their other knives are made from. But so there it goes. Hope you enjoyed this, and let me know if you own one. If you let me know, confirm for me maybe if these are just Blade HQ exclusives, which I think they are. But if let me know. Let me know if you have the mini version, the bigger version, a Domen, whatever, if this style of knife appeals to you or what, and any other comments that you want to talk about. I'm always happy to chat and read those. I get a kick out of them. You all are really fun to talk to, so please feel free to leave a comment. If you like this video, give it a like, give it a subscribe. I have a little bit of a out west theme going on over here. My daughter walked by and said, "What is this, Quigley Down Under over here?" Yeah, been watching a little Quigley Down Under lately. I don't know if you haven't seen Quigley Down Under. Tom Selleck, yeah, cool movie. Alan Rickman, come on, Alan Rickman. Yeah, Quigley. If you haven't watched Quigley, watch Quigley. And I don't know why my 9-year-old daughter knows what Quigley Down Under is. Not that it's a bad movie, but seems like an odd movie from, 80s or 90s, whenever it was made for a 9-year-old. Now I am just babbling, as I've said I often do. So anyways, thank you for watching this review. I hope you found it interesting and got some info about this particular knife. Most importantly, stay safe out there. Be mild-mannered to one another, and all the best. Take care.